Hi, good morning, class. So, as we discussed, the meaning of management, and 14 principles of Henry Fayol, which is Henry Fayol, I can say the father of management. So, after that person, Henry Fayol, there is another person who have given some scientific process. His name is F.W. Taylor. In short, we call him F.W. Taylor, and the full name of F.W. Taylor is Frederick Winslow Taylor, as you can see on the top. So he has given some scientific management process. So we will begin to start. As it is written that scientific management, also called as Taylorism, was a theory of management whose main objective was improving economic efficiency, especially labor productivity. Its developed began with F.W. Taylor in 1880 and 1890 within the manufacturing industries. It was one of the earliest attempts to apply science to the engineering processes of management. So he has given some theories which is helpful in improving the economic efficiency and labor productivity. So it's beneficial for all the management, all the companies, all the organizations, right? After that, he has given some features. It has features like number one is job analysis or work study. It eliminates wasteful and unnecessary operations, reduced effort, and increases productivity. Second, time study involves the determination of a time a movement takes to complete. Then motion studies, there it involves the study of movement of both the workers and machines so as to identify wasteful movements and performing only necessary movements. Then fatigue study shows the amount and frequency of rest required in completing the work. Standardization should be maintained in work in respect of instruments and tools, period of work, amount of work, working conditions, cost of production, etc. Scientific selection and training of workers, a person who is having education, work experience, attitude towards work, etc., should be selected. Financial incentive includes based on individual's performance. If worker performs well, he will get extra wages. We can say it also a bonus. And if worker does not perform well, will get no extra wages. Economy, making the resources more productive, eliminate a wastage. By doing this, economic economy of the company will be good. Mental revolution is there, cooperation between the management and workers. If workers are cooperative for management and vice versa, then the organization runs smoothly. After that, there is science in place of rule of thumb methods. Rule of thumb emphasizes estimation, science, exactness of various aspects of work like days, fair work, standardization in work, differential piece rate for payment, etc. And another one is scientifically select, train, and develop each worker rather than passively leave them to train themselves. Cooperation, not individualism. Cooperation between managers and workers can be developed through mutual understanding and change in thinking. Equal division of responsibility. It is between managers and workers so that the managers can apply the scientific principle in planning the work and the workers actually perform the task. Then maximum output rather than restricted output. Continuous increase in production instead of restricted production. Development of each man to the greatest of his efficiency and prosperity. Training should be provided to workers to keep them fully fit according to the requirement of new methods of working. Ignores human factors, consider them as machines, and is there dehumanization in nature. Increase the monotony in work while emphasizing more on principles of improved productivity, Skill variety, feedback, task identity, autonomy were missing. Ignores human requirements, wants, and aspirations. Then level of dissatisfaction is there, comparing performance with others. We should not, we also and management should not compare anyone with anybody. It is the kind of dissatisfaction for employees. While in many cases, the new ways of working were accepted by workers, in some cases, they were not. The use of stopwatches often was a protested issue and led to a strike at a factory where Taylorism was being tested. So these were the features of which is given by F.W. Taylor, Frederick Winston Taylor. And here is one another slide on management process school by Henry Fayol. So basically, Henry Fayol is the father of management process school. It was Henry Fayol who, for the first time, studied the functions, principles of management in a systematic manner. The school regards management as a process of getting things done through and with the people operating in organized groups. He identifies six type of business activities as mentioned below, but concentrated more on a less common activity, managerial activities. These six type of business activities are written here. You can see there are technical activities, which is called production. There are commercial activities, which includes buying, selling, and exchanging. There are financial activities. It means search for and optimum use of capital. Then there is security services. It means protection and protection of your property and persons. Then accounting activities are there. It includes statistics, we can say. Managerial activities includes planning, organizing, and command, everything which includes in the functions of management. So this was about Henry Fayol and F.W. Taylor's features. I hope you all understood the topic. Thank you so much.